Since diagnosis, the hardest thing for me personally was wondering what the future would hold. Andrew's been such a huge support to me since my mum passed away of cancer 2 years ago. The thing that really got me through was, hope and feeling excited for a future for us together and what we'll achieve and experience, and then having that all put into question so soon when the feelings are still kind of quite raw for me was just kind of a double hit. It was really anxiety inducing. It was really difficult not to worry about what the future would hold. Try and stay in the moment and be supportive and almost put my feelings to the side. There is, and always will be, at the back of your head, the worry that it's incurable and the treatments will run out. Hopefully there will be a cure in Andrew's lifetime, but he will always be living with this disease and the uncertainty of, even though he's beaten it in this moment, the uncertainty of, is it going to come back next year? Is it going to be 10 years? Are we going to plan to do something and it's, or start a family and he's going to relapse? It's the anxiety and the uncertainty around what our future holds. That's something that we mentally need to process and find a way of living life to the fullest, whilst also living with that kind of anxiety. So I think that's what's been hardest for me. Something that we talk about at length and we're working on together. Andrew has always been the priority in this situation, and he comes first no matter what's going on in my life. Personally, I'm only 28 myself and I'm coming back from lots of injuries, just getting back into my stride with my own kind of athletics career. The week we got the kind of call about the diagnosis, I was meant to race, just coming back into some really good form, and that all kind of got put to one side. I had to cut my season early, had to stop work, training to be a sports psychologist. My supervisor also recommended that I take a step back from that because, going through something like this and trying to work with other clients, it's a kind of a bit of a clash. Every area of my life, every outlet that I kind of have for my mental health, other things to focus on, drives, goals, was taken away as well. So it really left me with just thinking about what was going on. That was really, really difficult because Andrew is always my first priority, but my life gets put to one side. An athlete only has a short career, so we didn't know if that would be it for me. Is Andrew going to be in treatment for 6 months, a year, longer? And I would have to shield as well. So it's just another level of how difficult this is in your 20s. You're finding out what you want to do in life. It's really difficult to have to take a step back from that. In terms of the reality of what life's like at home whilst Andrew's having treatment, and even before treatment at the diagnosis stage, when you're in shock, Andrew's dealing with it himself. I'm also dealing with the worry for him and the worry of the impact that that's going to have on my life as well. It's difficult. We're really supportive of each other, but sometimes things can get, just a bit too much, and there's times you find yourself kind of bickering, and then you're worried about, gosh, we shouldn't be bickering in this situation. We need to be making the most of every moment, and you don't know what's around the corner, and there's this cycle of working out how you should be feeling and what's an okay feeling to have, and is it okay to have kind of normal fights or not, you know, things that happen in a relationship, or should it be all focused on, you know, we need to make sure Andrew's in the best headspace possible and my feelings are put to the side at kind of all times. That's a difficult process to work through. I actually, since my mum passed away of cancer, have experienced a lot of anxiety and physical symptoms, migraines. I've had more injuries in the sport, like it's taken a big toll on my body. I don't think that things happening outside of sport in your personal life and the impact they can have on your sport are talked about that much, as well as your health. Yeah, everyone just thinks athletes are absolute machines that can just keep going no matter what. We're all human inside and we're all going through something. This kind of situation has been really hard behind the scenes on top of something that I was already going through that was really difficult. And, you know, turning up every day and to training or seeing friends, trying to be the person who they know you as, it takes a lot of effort and stress and a toll behind the scenes. Yeah, that's been really difficult to work through psychologically and physically. Having my own time and space has been really difficult because I feel like I want to be with Andrew at every minute. It just makes you want to treasure every moment you have with someone. To get the best out of our relationship in this situation, I also need to step away and process how I'm feeling, so things don't I don't bottle too much up. When I go out on a run or when I go and meet a friend for a walk, as a time to kind of say how I'm feeling or work through some thoughts, and just a time away from my reality at home. I do that. I also, as Andrew mentioned, do some journaling, so we've both been really good at trying to write our thoughts down, because I'm big on don't keep them in your head, whirring around, get them out on paper. I think it's a really important thing to take them out of your mind and kind of group them and kind of work on them individually when you can, rather than having them all mixed into one. It's been really difficult because, especially as it's got really cold, there's only so much you can do outside with friends, especially when it snows and there's bad weather. You know, you can't do as much as you want, so we are stuck in the house together a lot, and tensions can sometimes get really high under a stressful situation.